Hello. I'm a green power frog. I'm here talking to you because Backward Technologies is camera shy. Oh. Okay. So we've had a couple of setbacks with the cell for the car. Excuse me. But nothing we can't fix. But it's just slowing the whole process down because I'm learning as I go. In the meantime though, I just wanted to try and stick in, quick 10-minute video because that's all YouTube allow. Some people have asked for like a boring video on how you do it, blah blah blah. So in 10 minutes I'll try and really quickly explain what I've done, so that you guys can work on the stuff as well, because someone else might make a discovery that I haven't yet that might help me do what I'm doing. So yeah, anyway, quick instructional. Alright, so this is the cell. As you can see, just in there, the plates containing the unit. Okay. This down here is just a water feed hose. It's connected to itself at the moment just to keep the pressure in the cell, but usually that's connected to the water pump, which pumps the water through the cell to keep the pressure up and the cell actually cool. Down here on my little makeshift power board, we've just got an amp meter. Those two switches switch the two separate cells on, and they're just the two relays that run the cells. I'm also running a fuse in line with each of the cells just to make sure nothing blows up. That's just the 12-volt battery I'm using, but I also connected to the car, as you've seen before. Here's the bubbler valve I'm currently working on. That just keeps the hydrogen from blowing back if you get a backfire back into the cell and blowing your bonnet off your car. And that feed I've got going out there at the moment is just to the water, to show the hydrogen bubbles. Just quickly I'll show you that it is hydrogen coming out of here. If you give me a sec, I'll get it started, just so you can see that it is actually a flammable gas we've got coming out. Back in a sec. Okay, so we'll fire it up and see the amp meter go up when the load goes. Okay, now you can see this starts pressure, and out comes it's hydrogen. How do we know it's hydrogen and explosive? That's why. Okay, so yep, and that's water creating that. You can see running through the tube. The bubble, I've just turned it off. But anyway, that's a demonstration of how flammable water itself can be. Now I'll quickly explain how we make that. Alright, so in there, what I showed you before, the plates in the cell, what I do is I just get a piece of stainless steel. You can cut them yourself, you can get this from your hardware store. It's just like a laminate, stainless steel laminate that goes on benches and stuff. This one's a special type, this one's non-magnetic. After I've got those in those squares, you can see here I cut one corner out and drill a hole in the other four corners, and then I use a piece of a stainless steel bolt that's shielded with heat shrink around it to get the bolts these together. And I use little rubber spacers. Now I'll just pull one out here that I've got. You can see this is just a small version. Not very good light here, I'm afraid. That's that. You can see I've just got little rubber spacers between each of those, and you can see that the bolt itself is shielded with plastic. This one here, I've just got the negative running to the centre and the positive running to the outside, which actually runs to both outside plates, and all those plates produce hydrogen. But that's just a mini version of what I've created over here, but I'll give you an idea of how the plates go together. The best gap I find is about 1/2 mil between the plates to get your best effect creating the gas. Now as far as the wiring goes on the unit, it's just a couple of relays, one for each. I've got a dual cell unit going in the one cell there, but you may just want to use one across the board. I've just been experimenting with a few different designs. and it runs through the amp meter. I've got switches that run to the relays. The relays basically just keep the voltage from exceeding whatever ampage they're set to. These ones are 50 amp relays, so it won't let the voltage go over 50 amps. It will stop it before it does. I've also got those 30 amp fuses in the line. For relays, if you're wondering where you can get them from, you can get them just like from Autobarn or any of those car stores, but if you've got a car sitting around that's doing nothing, or some spare relays in your car, just whip one out of the car. These ones have actually got written on them, you can see here, there on the side, the configuration, so it'll tell you how to wire the switch and the power in there. But it's as simple as that, guys. There's not much more to it. As I say, I've got a few other things that I'm working on that help the gas, as well as pressure, etc. So if you want to ask any questions, but if you want to just get a start on working on it, that's basically it. All those plates together, those plates go in opposite. The reason there's a corner cut out is because on each side I run the positive pole through one set of plates and the negative pole through the other side, so that neither of them actually touch each other. Okay, so it's one, then the other, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. Run as many as you like. I haven't really found anything. The only thing is make sure that your negative plates are more than your positive plates. So your positive plates are the ones producing oxygen, your negative plates are the ones producing hydrogen. Okay, so but anyway, I hope that was boring enough and explained enough. That's just quick. I'm going to do a better video, but there was just some people emailing me and stuff and hassling me, so hopefully that'll explain enough for the moment. And yeah, if you've got any questions, I'm sure you guys will email me because you seem to. Alright, take it easy. Catch up.